Well, there is less than 1 week to go until the Iowa caucuses. Ron DeSantis is set to participate in a town hall event this evening in the Hawkeye State, where he's hoping to close the gap between himself and former President Trump in the polls. For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News campaign reporter Aaron Navarro, joining us from a very snowy Hawkeye State today. Aaron, thanks for being with us. So give us a sense of the dynamic now. What are the polls showing here? You have former President Trump, you have Ron DeSantis, you have Nikki Haley. How is this contest shaping up?
Hi, Elaine. Good to be with you. While polls are kind of a snapshot of where the race is at the moment, and no voters have really caucused or, cast their vote yet, it really seems like this race is turning into a race for second. Donald Trump seems to have a big lead here, seems to have the organization that he didn't have in 2016, and just the base of support. So now you're looking at the race between Governor Ron DeSantis, who has invested a lot of time, money, and just, capital here in Iowa, and Nikki Haley, who has been surging a bit in the polls in New Hampshire and seems to be keeping up with DeSantis. She got an influx of ground game support with the Koch brother organization supporting her here. But really, they've really been going at each other because there's usually 3 tickets out of Iowa, they say. But this cycle, there might just be 2. And getting second to Donald Trump, and we'll see however far that looks like, could really create momentum for either of these candidates going into the rest of these states. Yeah,
we've been seeing things heat up with the rhetoric from Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley lately. How are we seeing Ron DeSantis in particular juggle dual roles as governor and a candidate?
Well, today is a great example of that. Right now, he is in Tallahassee. He just gave his State of the State address, which at times felt like a campaign speech, kind of touting what he's done in Florida, how it's a blueprint for the nation, while also talking about what he would like to add to the budget and tweak that. But he's going to have to go from there to here in snowy Iowa for a Fox Town Hall tonight. And right now, he's on the come despite the weather going on. But so far, it's mainly been Iowa for him. He's invested a lot of time here. He's been here throughout most of last December and is expected, once he lands here, to be here until the caucus. So it's left some Florida Democrats an opening to attack the governor right after his State of the State address. A couple of them said that he has not devoted enough time to the state. But so far, it seems like he's been able to juggle them fairly well. But we'll see how that goes as this campaign season really heats up and he has to go to a lot of other states that are not Iowa in the coming weeks.
Well, the weather seems to be a factor. Snowstorms led to Nikki Haley canceling an event yesterday, and Vivek Ramaswamy, as well as Trump surrogates, canceled events today. Iowa is expecting more storms. How is that weather likely to impact people turning out to the caucuses, and who would benefit from that?
Well, Iowans are used to the weather. They from caucus to caucus, and most of the people that do attend these caucuses have been there before. They've experienced and kind of gone through other weather in the past. It's kind of this small section of undecided or first-time caucus goers, and that could kind of make the difference for any of these candidates. I've ran into a good amount of people saying they're going to caucus for the first time for Trump, DeSantis, or Haley, and if the weather really gets cold, then you could see some of them decide to stay home. But when it comes to caucus goers, they often are the more die-hard, involved grassroots Republicans. So at least as of now, it doesn't seem like it'll make that much of an impact. But of course, we'll see once it's -20, -30 here in Iowa next Monday.
Yeah, we see the snow, we hear the wind. Aaron Navarro, we appreciate you braving it all to bring us the very latest. Thank you so much, Aaron. And stay with CBS News for reporting and analysis out of Iowa in advance of Monday's caucuses. Join Margaret Brennan on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. for a special preview. She'll look at the key issues with insights from CBS News political correspondents and campaign reporters. And on Monday, we'll have reports all day across the first-in-the-nation caucus state, leading up to 5 p.m. Eastern when America Decides will come to you from Des Moines, kicking off a full night of coverage and results from the CBS News Data Desk.